r/AskReddit, what did your parents tell you as a child? What was a complete lie? Crying face, to this day I can't turn the overhead light on while I'm driving. I know it's not illegal etc. and that was a lie, but it feels illegal since I grew up thinking it was. That if I told them the truth they would go easier on me. That wasps and bees wouldn't bother me if I didn't bother them. Cops say that. Bees definitely won't bother you if you leave them alone. Picking your nose makes your nostrils large. My dad regretted that one when 5-year-old me, having spotted a lady of African descent, said, Dad, she must pick her nose a lot. This got me laughing. My mom has a classic childhood story of when she was on the public train and saw a man of darker melanin content and was in grandma's arms and said way too loud, "Look. It's the chocolate man." Yeah, she's not happy about that one, and apparently the guy was all good lol. But, hey, same game there. That all the lies I told will appear written on my forehead. So whenever I covered my forehead with my hand, they knew I was lying. That they were growing vegetables in the basement, it was weed. Great dinner, Mom, you are such a good cook. Covers for it. Go to college, get a degree, and you'll never have to worry about money again. They deny they ever said that now. They can't help it. Depending on their generation, it was true for them. When my dad graduated college in the 70s, a degree in anything pretty much guaranteed you a decent job. That watermelon seeds could grow in your tummy. I nearly got into trouble for telling another girl this when I was 7. Yeah, I remember that too. My parents would also say that if I lie in the grass too long, the earwigs would come and lay eggs in my ears. The translated language connotation was lost on me. In Swedish the word for it, tvsj right, double butt, doesn't say anything about ears. It's all in your head, we love you all the same, so much crap like that. Had people that we knew as a child come up to me as an adult and say that could see my parents loved my sisters more. Like, yeah, I know. We love you the same. My brother got a motorbike that year, and I had to wear hand-me-downs because they didn't want to buy new clothes. The Pringles cartoon logo can bite, so leave it alone. This one is true. Have you ever inverted one Pringle over another? Yup, duck. That if I snap my knuckles I'd get arthritis. I can see a kid in school and the conversation turns to farming and the kid says my parents are farmers, too. They grow vegetables in our basement. Yup, the lie they told me was popping your knuckles made your knuckles grow. I was always confused about my grandfather's huge knuckles and would always stare at them. Years later I would realize he worked construction and had massive builder's hands. My dad told me that the car wouldn't start unless everyone was wearing their seat belt. That I could be anything I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to be a spaceman, it didn't work out. Set attainable goals. I wanted to be an asshole when I grew up and hey look at me now, jazz hands. I was told chocolate milk came from brown cows. They warned that if I ate too much sugar, I'd turn into a sugar cube. They said if I kept making that face, it would freeze like that. They used to say that if I didn't wear a hat in the winter, I'd lose 90% of my body heat through my head. My parents told me the police would come if I pressed the reset button on the power outlet. Yes. Parents are always right and smart. And lazy in the explaining department. I was told by my dad that the park swing set could fling me into space if I swung too high. They warned me that if I touched a toad, I'd get warts. I was convinced by my parents that if I swallowed gum, it would stay in my stomach for 7 years. They said the noise from the vacuum cleaner was it trying to suck up all the bad dreams. My parents told me that if I ate spinach, I'd be strong like Popeye. My mom said that if I kept playing video games, my hands would turn into controllers. They claimed that turning on the light inside the car while driving was illegal. They claimed that thunder was just angels bowling in heaven. Cheaters never win and liars never prosper. I understand it was said to teach me right from wrong, but honestly all my life I've witnessed cheaters winning and liars prosper. It was the biggest lie. The man in the ice cream van plays that music when he has run out of ice creams. That's so sad. Here, have one on me. I grew up thinking the ice cream man takes kids. I don't think they told me that, but they were always creepy looking. LOL, it sure saved my parents a lot of money. LOL, they didn't want you to get ice cream, OMG. That these factories that we used to drive past were cloud factories. This is kind of wholesome, though. My parents used to tell me that if I looked inside the microwave while it was on, I'd get radiation poisoning. My mom convinced me that a monster lived under my bed and only stayed away because of the nightlight. My dad told me that he could pull coins from behind my ear. My dad always said the ice cream truck only played music when it was out of ice cream. Yep, had a religious mother saying things like that. Also believed strongly that everybody is equal. Boy, was growing up in this world a reality check, haha. If I sat too close to the TV I'd go blind. Well, the joke's on them, I lost my sight due to a socially crippling masturbation addiction. Turns out that sitting too close to the TV is a symptom of having bad eyesight, not a cause. That I was lazy and lacked discipline. Took me 20 years to figure out that I had severe anxiety, and that school overall wasn't really challenging. Same. My dad thought I was lazy before, but I knew it was my anxiety. He eventually came to realize that. As someone with diagnosed ADHD, it fucking sucked that I was called a lazy gifted child. Sometimes, my effort would be acknowledged, but only when results were presented. Loved to learn stuff, hated that my weekends were spent doing homework. Hated unannounced tests. Work hard and it'll pay off someday. Well, it will, just not for you. Yeah, and my reward was to get everyone else's work, too. That they'll support me in anything I do. My parents made it quite clear from the get-go that I could expect no help from them for anything. Yet my 5 younger siblings got private boarding school, free educations, vehicles, houses, vacations, unlimited funding and free babysitting. Go figure. When relatives gave you money and they said, "I'll hold that money for you," and never getting it back. My parents said if I crossed my eyes too often, they would get stuck that way. Mine would tell me that they used it for something I wanted later, without making it clear that they were using my money for it. You want that toy? Okay, we will buy it for you. A week later when I ask about the money. Oh, you remember that toy we got you, you used your money. If they had made it clear it was using my money, I might have changed my mind about that toy. Turning on the light in the back seat was illegal and would cause them to crash.
Hey guys, it's Reddit Glitch. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I just wanted to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button because according to my statistics, 98.8% of my viewers are not subscribed, which I think you should subscribe because it's free and we're going to have a lot more bangers in the future, so subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.